9:30 Eastern Time, Wall Street just getting started for today. The U.S. is officially set to reach the borrowing limit, though, tomorrow. So what can we expect?
Dan Geltrude is an accounting professor at Montclair State University in New Jersey. Hopefully he's got a little preview of what's to come. Maybe you could break down, Dan, what's going to happen here? Essentially, the United States is at its credit limit.
So we're at our credit limit, but that doesn't necessarily mean that anything happens per se. We have borrowed $31.4 trillion. So where we are right now, our line of credit is completely filled up. That's it. No more borrowing. Now, the second part of that is, when do we actually run out of money, of cash? Well, that's not projected to happen until June. So the discussions right now that are going on in Washington is to say, hey, we know in about 5 months or so, we will be out of money. What are we going to do between now and then? What are we going to do? We're going to talk about borrowing more because we're at the debt ceiling. Now, the debt ceiling is in place because about 100 years ago, Congress said we can't just have all this borrowing without any checks and balances, so we must vote on how we borrow money on behalf of the American people. So that's where we are right now. There has to be some type of negotiation to figure out how we borrow more.
And Kevin McCarthy wants to see those conversations take place. But Dan, let's talk about who's really impacted by this. What does this mean for the American public and the American consumer?
Well, what it could mean is if we don't do anything about the debt ceiling, then the United States would start to default on its payments. Things like Social Security and other payments that are due to people simply wouldn't be made. Now, listen, no need to panic. We're far away from that right now. But the overriding issue here is if this problem is not resolved, the government can't pay its bills, and some of those bills are due to the American people.
Wow. You've got to watch the indicators day by day. And in terms of recession, is that likely? We heard that Microsoft was making thousands of layoffs as well. And this seems to be continuing a trend here. And then you've got this story as well. So, again, it is wise to be prepared, at least for that. Dan, I always appreciate your positivity when you're bringing the news on. We do appreciate it. Dan Geltrude joining us live.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, if you are waiting.
Hey guys, it's Rob Carson. Your retirement funds are being threatened with even more losses from record inflation, recession, and skyrocketing interest rates. Fortunately, the highly trained specialists at American Hartford Gold can show you how to protect your savings and retirement accounts by diversifying your portfolio with physical gold and silver. If you call them right now as a special offer, they will give you a free gold coin on your first qualifying order, so don't wait. Call 866-935-4309. That's 866-935-4309, or text Newsmax to 65532. That's Newsmax to 65532.